Hello, I welcome you to today's lesson. My name is Paul Williams. So for it today we have science. Science for basic 2. So if you're in basic 2, today's lesson is for you. What are you looking at today? We are looking at strand 2. Strand 2. Okay, so we are looking at cycles. Cycles. Substandard is what? 1. And it is what? Earth science. So today's lesson, the indicator is here. Let's read it. Identify uses of air. Identify uses of air. Okay, so today the topic for our lesson is what? Uses of air. All of you, uses of air. Very good. So that is what we are going to look at today. Today's lesson is all about air. All of you say air. Okay, so let's move on. So in the lesson, we will see some words. The first word is burning. All of you, burning. Burning. The next one is what? Quench. 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 This is what? Fire. 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 And this is what? Balloon. 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 Now what about this? Breathe. 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 So these are the words that we are going to see, or we are going to what? Find in the lesson. If something is burning, without fire, if you don't set fire into something, it will not burn. So fire causes things to what? To burn. To quench means that something is burning and you want it to stop. You want to stop fire. That is what? Burning. Okay, to quench fire. So when we talk of quench fire, it means you have to what? Stop it. Now today we will find how and the best way to quench fire. Okay. Fire. Fire. Yes, as for fire, I know the Christians here, when you go to church, Holy Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire. Those who do not also go to church, in the house, you use fire to cook, right? Okay. Okay, so let's move on. Fire. I believe you have all seen fire before. Yes. So the food that we eat, our parents prepare, they need fire to us to prepare the food. They need heat. And we get it from where? Fire. Okay, the next one is what? Balloon. Balloon. Yes, so balloon too, during Christmas time, you see children, you get a lot of gifts, including balloon. The next one is breathe. Breathe. An act of what? Taking in air and giving out what? Air. Through what? The nose. Okay, so let's continue. There are many things we do all the time to stay alive. Let us try one of them. So we are going to try it. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's try it. Breathe in, out. Let's do it again. We are going on. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, out. Okay. I hope you did it. Now, I have questions for you. Number 1, pay attention. What did you breathe in and out? Yes, what did you breathe in and out? You breathe in what? Air. And you breathe out air. So you see that all the time, always, every second, every 2 seconds, we what? We breathe. And we don't breathe in water. You don't breathe in pizza. You don't breathe in sobolo. You don't breathe in malt. You don't breathe in banku. We breathe in what? Air. And the same air, we breathe it what? Out. So we breathe in air, we breathe out air. So you see that air is so important. Because apart from air, you can't breathe in any other thing. Do you understand it? When it comes to food, you can change banku and then later you eat fufu. You can also change fufu and you eat rice. You can change rice, you eat yam. But for air, the one that we breathe in and out, you can't change it. You can't exchange it for any other thing. So air is so important. Let's move on. Can you live without air? Let's just assume that where you are, if there is no air, can you live? If there is no air, it means you cannot breathe in, you cannot breathe out. And can you live if you can't breathe in air and cannot breathe out air? No, you see, you cannot live without air. Okay. Can you stop breathing for 1 day? Hey, this question is difficult. Maybe I can't stop, because the moment I stop, just 5 minutes, in fact, I'll collapse. In 30 minutes, I'll die. I don't know. Can you stop breathing for the whole day? I know you cannot. You can't stop breathing for the whole day, because if you stop breathing, you will die. So you see, air is so important. Air is so important. If you are denying air for a whole day, it means our life has come to an end. We can't live again. We will die. Let's continue. Now, the question that I asked, can you stop breathing for 1 day? Let's listen. No one can live without air. Air is a mixture of gases. We cannot see air, but we can feel it when it is blowing. All living things need air to stay alive. So all the things that we said about air, we breathe in air, we breathe out air. We can't live without air. If you stop breathing, you will die. Today we are talking about air, and I'm saying that air is so important, not only for human beings. Plants need air. Animals also need air, because animals also breathe in and they breathe out. Plants also take in air and give out air. Yes, plants, they take in air like human beings. They give out air like human beings. And we are saying that air is a mixture of gases. It's a mixture of what? Gases. Different gases that come together to form what? Air. So air is a mixture. Like gari, sugar, water, granules, soakings. Air too has different what? Gases. They come together to form what? Air. So when you talk of air, it's what? A mixture of what? Gases. Okay. Now we are saying that we cannot see air. Is it true that we cannot see air? Have you seen air before? What is the color of air? What is the height of air? What is the size of air? The point is that it's true, we can't see air. We can't see air, but we can feel air. So you just take anything, any paper, and start waving it across your face. You feel that, oh, something like, you feel the air. If you just if you on your fan and you sit in front of it, you see that it's what? To be blowing what? Air. Go to places like, if you go to the coastal areas, you see the air, the fresh air that will be blowing. So we can't see air, but we feel it. In fact, I don't know the color of air. I don't know the size of air. I don't know the height of air. But I always feel air. And I even feel it when I breathe in and out. I feel it all the time, because I'm able to breathe in and I'm able to breathe out. So that is one thing that you should know about air. That air, we can't touch air, we can't hold air, we can't see air, but we can feel it anytime it is blowing. Okay, so for us to stay alive, we need to breathe in air and breathe out air. Okay, now let's look at uses of air. We are going to look at things that we use air for. So my question is that, what are the uses of air? Before we look at what we have here, what are the uses of air? What do you use air for? Yes. I didn't hear. Yes. Tell me what you use air for. For what? Do we use air for bathing? No, you don't use air for bathing. But we use air for breathing. Breathing. You said breathing. I didn't hear, sorry. I heard bathing. We use air for what? Breathing. So we breathe in air, we breathe out what? Air. Okay. So let's look at what we have here. 1. I'll ask you after this lesson, you mention 5 uses of air. Hey, 5 is too small. You mention 8 uses of air. 8 uses, so pay attention. Number 1, listen, air is used to fill balloons. So this is your friend, or this is not your friend. This is your friend. Have you seen your friend? What is he doing? He's what? Filling the balloon with what? Air. Not with water, not with fufu, not with money, not with sand. So we use air to fill what? Balloon. 1, remember. 2, look at the lady here. Very beautiful lady. And tell me what she's doing. So she's what? Breathing. So air is used for what? Breathing. Air is used for breathing. And that is what we do all the time. We all breathe. Okay, so air is used for breathing. Now let's go to the next one. How many have you seen today? We have seen 2. For what? 1 is for what? Filling balloon. 2 for breathing. Third one. Tell me what you see here. How many boys are here? Hey, 1 boy and 1 girl. What is this? They are kites. So what do they use air for? Let's see. Kites and aeroplanes are able to what? Fly because of what? Air. So before aeroplane can fly, before kite can also fly, it needs what? Air. So we use air. So air and this in kite and what? Aeroplane, they are able to fly because of what? Air. So if you have this and you want to what? Play with it, you need what? Air. Before aeroplane can move into the sky, it needs what? Air. Okay. So we have seen that air helps aeroplane and kite to fly. The next one is that air supports the burning of what? Fire. Listen, this side is important to me. Let me take it again. Air supports the burning of fire. The last one, air supports the burning of fire. Listen to me. Why is it that our parents, when they are preparing food and they are using coal pots, charcoal, they ask us to what? Fan it. Blow air into it. Because the more you blow the air, the more the fire will what? Will burn. The more you see fire what? Coming up. So air supports what? Burning. Let's look at this. Look at this is what? Candle. You see the fire here. Okay. The same candle is here, but the fire is off. It's gone off. What do you see? Here, it has no cover, but here, it has been covered. So the difference is that because there is no cover here, the fire is able to get what? Air. So it will what? It will burn. Do you get it? But here, the fire doesn't get air because it is covered. That is why it is off. So listen, if you want to quench fire, if you want to stop fire from burning, don't what? Don't apply or don't give air. Make sure you stop air. Though you cannot stop air, but don't blow air to it. So in the house, if something happens mistakenly, you realize that something is burning, everybody is shouting here and there. No, what you should do is that block all the places where air can pass and come to that place. So for example, if your school uniform or maybe a rag is burning and you want to stop it, you don't need to take paper and do something like this to stop it. The more you do it, the more air will be blown towards that thing. And you know burning also needs what? Air. Then it will start, or it will even burn more. So if you want to stop something from burning, don't blow air, but rather make sure you cover the thing so that air cannot enter. So if you come to this side, you see that here, because air cannot enter into the container here, air cannot pass through the container and go to where the fire is. That is why the fire is off, because fire can only burn if it has air. If it has air. Okay, so for you to quench fire, remember to cover it. Remember to cover that thing with something that will not allow air to pass through. Okay, so we use air to quench, air is used to or air support burning of fire. Air support burning of fire. So if you don't want to support burning of fire, what you should do is that prevent that thing from air, and it will stop burning. Okay, so we have seen that air is used to fill balloons for breathing. Kites and airplane also need air to fly. We have also seen that air supports burning. Air supports burning. Okay, so let's come to this side. Air helps us to dry our clothes. So we use air for drying as well. Sometimes you dry your things, you hang them in the room. The following morning you go and then you see that it is dry. So we use air to dry our things. Now let's come here. Air helps ships and boats to sail. So look at this. Look at this picture. You see, this is boat. It is able to move or sail because of air. Okay, so we use air, or air helps ships and boats to sail. So on the sea, all the ship and all the boats that you see, they are able to move, or they are able to sail because of air. Okay, so how many have you seen? We have seen 6. I've told you that you are going to give me 10, or I said 8. Okay, 8. So for now, you should be able to tell me. We use air to fill balloons for breathing. What again? For flying kites and aeroplane. What again? It supports burning. What again? Air is used for drying, and we have seen that air is also air helps ships and boats to sail. Let's move on to the next one. What is this? This is tie. This is tie, and then this is pump. What we use the pump to do is to fill it with it inflates the tie. Inflate the tie. It gives air to the tie. So air is used to fill tires of vehicles. The car that our parents use, the motorbikes, the bicycles that you have, the tie. Yes, the tie need air before it can move. It can move the whole thing from one point to another. Okay, so before you can move it, the tie needs to be filled with air. So we use air to fill tires of vehicles. Tires of vehicles, and this is one of them. This is one of them. Okay. The next one, air refreshes and makes room cool. So look at this. You see, this is air conditioner. This is air conditioner. So the air conditioner gives air, fresh air. And if you have this in your room, you always feel like staying in the room. You don't feel like going out because it gives fresh air. Okay, so let's see. We have another one here, number 9. Air is used to fill air is used to fill swimming balloons. So if you look at the girl, she's swimming. But there is something here. This is a balloon, swimming balloon. It is filled with air. and because of that it is able to float on what? On water. So if you are swimming with this, there is no way you'll be drowned. So this is swimming balloon, and we need air, or we use air to fill them. Okay, there's another one here. Air is used to fill life jackets. Air is used to fill life jackets. Those who don't know how to swim, please, if you go to places where we have water and you want to try, make sure you get something like this, life jackets. This thing, life jacket, is like jacket. It's a jacket filled with what? Air. So if you wear this thing and you even go into the water, there is no way you go down. It's what? It will make sure you remain on top of what? Of the water. You will not get food. This thing drown. Okay, so these are the uses of what? Air. We have seen 10 uses. We are saying that we use air to fill balloons for breathing, for kites and airplanes to fly, to support burning of fire, here for drying clothes, here too. Ships and boats are able to sail because of air, for filling what? Tires. And then we have what? Air conditioner here. We also have what? Swimming balloons. We fill them with air, and then life jackets too, we fill them with what? With air. So these are the things that you should know. 10 uses of what? Air. We are learning about 10 uses of air. But the most important one is for breathing. That one, if you don't have life, the rest you can't do them. So make sure you always breathe in and out. Don't deny yourself. Don't hold your nose. Block your nostrils. No, you die. Please don't try it. You need air. It's important. So what have we learned today? Hey, there is a question here. Now let's look at this. Pay attention. Real life problem. Real life problem. Okay, so now let me read for you. One evening, Kofi saw that his box full of storybooks was burning. He began shouting for help. Amma gave him a paper. Amma gave him a paper fan that he should use it to blow air to quench the fire. Ya also gave him a big empty metal container to use it to cover the box to quench the fire. Which of them must Kofi use to quench the fire, and why? I hope this question, we have already looked at it. One day you went to the house and you realized that no, this one is not about Kofi, it's not about Amma, it's you. You went to the house and your box that you have packed all your books inside, this box was burning. You started shouting for help, and your two sisters, they came. One gave you what? Paper. That, hey, take it and use it to what? Blow air so that the air will stop it. Another sister, your other sister also came and she said, no, use this big bow, metal bow, use it to cover the box. It will prevent air, so the fire will what? Will stop, or it will quench the fire. The paper and then the bow, which one are you going to use to quench the fire? If you know, raise up your hand. Yes, you talk to me. What's the answer? Okay, so let's look at something here. Let's go to the board and let me show you. I want to show you something. So this is your box, right? This is your box. Let me draw two boxes here. Box A, box B. They are all burning. They are all burning. Can you see? They are all burning. And then here, you cover this with a bow. You cover this with a bowl. And this one too, here you use paper to blow air. A and B, which one will quench the fire? The answer is A. A will quench the fire, because if you cover this box with a metal bowl, air cannot pass through and support the burning here. So because the fire is not getting enough air, or is not getting air, it will what? It will stop burning. So this will quench the fire, the bowl, because it will prevent air. When it comes here, this box B is burning. We have paper. This is paper. The paper is also blowing what? Air. And we have learned that air supports what? Burning. Air supports what? Burning. So if you want it to burn more, then you have to give more what? Air. So in this case, the fire will not quench, but rather it will burn more. So if Amma, let's say Amma gave Kofi this, and Ya also gave paper to Kofi, it means that Amma's bowl will help Kofi quench the fire, but Ya's paper will rather support the box to burn what? To burn more. Have you seen the difference? So anytime you want to quench fire, just make sure that you don't what? Blow more air. You don't supply more air to where the fire is. Okay. So let's go back. We are going back. So which of them has Kofi used to quench the fire, and why? It has been explained, but I want you to try your answer. What other opinion do you have? You need to get different opinion. You need to get different explanation. Okay, so try your own and then let's see. So in summary, air is important and useful resource. Without air, all living things will die. We breathe air. We also use air to fill tires, balloons, and what? Others. Air supports burning, and it is also used to dry clothes. So today we have seen that air is so important. All living things need air. Human beings, we need air. The most important part of it is that we use air for breathing, and that is done every second, every 2 seconds, every minute, every moment. We breathe in air, we breathe out air. Apart from using air for breathing, we use air for burning, for filling tires, balloons, filling swimming, life jackets, swimming balloons, so we use air to fill them. Life jackets, we use air to fill them. Air supports what? Aeroplanes, and it also helps kite to fly. Air also helps ship and what? Boat to sail on the sea. Air has so many uses. The air that we enjoy in the house, air conditioning and other things. So you've seen that air is so important that human beings need it. If you are denying air, you will die. If you are denying air, you will die. But what you should know is that if you want to stop fire, don't what? Supply more air. Don't brew more air. Make sure you cover that thing with something that will not allow air to go to where the fire is, and the fire will quench. So today, this is what we have learned. Let's look at the exercises. We have exercise 1. How many questions? 5 questions. Exercise 2 here. We have exercise 3. Then home assignment 1, home assignment 2. So let's look at home assignment 1. Explain why your mother and father will die if they do not breathe in air. So we have home assignment 1, home assignment 2. Make sure you do this home assignment. Okay, so we are bringing our lesson to a close. What you should know is that this lesson is there. We are on Facebook, TikTok, and what? YouTube. You can watch them anytime, anywhere you find yourself. We have Asante Tree textbook, Ekuapim Tree textbooks. All these books are available. If you need copies, just contact us and we will supply you. And then science too is there. Make sure you get copies of this book. You read them, you answer all the questions. Your parents are there, your teachers are there. They'll help you if you have questions. You can also reach out to us. We will also help you. My name is Paul Williams of Virginia. Thank you. Bye-bye.